Stephanie Dobson is with us again this week. Stephanie's a lawyer and mediator in Lloydminster with Henke Divorce Law and Mediation. Stephanie, we're switching things up a little bit. We spent the past few weeks talking about technology and divorce, but today we're going to talk about divorce wellness. So tell me, what does that mean? What is divorce wellness?
Well, first, let's start with the word wellness. So our viewers can probably define that really easily. So that's, of course, the focus on one's own health and well-being. But when we look at it from the divorce context, to me, it's the conscious focus on taking care of yourself during your separation or divorce process. So, what I find is that so often some people aren't realizing the impact from a wellness perspective that a separation or divorce is having on them and their well-being. And, given that there's so many other stressors, sometimes we forget to bring that importance back on focusing on ourselves. So we start to, see unhealthy habits, like excessive drinking or smoking or eating, or, even people stop their fitness routines. So focusing on divorce wellness allows us to just consciously reverse that back and kind of reverse some of those trends that might be popping up.
There is obviously a lot of stress involved with divorce and separation, Stephanie. So why is divorce wellness then so important?
Well, arguably, divorce can be one of the most stressful times in a person's life. So that comes with a very important awareness on that counterbalancing on the focus on wellness. So, stresses from a divorce, like having to try to juggle being on with kids 100% of the time, sometimes if the other parent isn't around, at least even for the time being, organizing life, or even moving residences. And if you haven't worked, you're outside of the home, or you've only worked part-time, maybe you're going to be increasing your hours, or even managing friendships and family relationships that are changing. So it can be very overwhelming. I always say that the more healthy you are on the inside, the better you'll be able to parent, or even the better co-parenting relationship with the other parent that you'll have, remaining productive at work, thinking logically. When, as lawyers and mediators, we're trying to help you think logically about some of your options for sustainable decisions moving forward. And it's great if we can help you to stay in your logical brain.
Now, if people are wanting to focus on divorce wellness, what are some of the things that they can do?
Well, I really think of this as a bit of a two-step process. So the first part is self-assessment. And then the second part is, let's try to find some solutions. So I always encourage my clients the first thing that you can do is, by starting with that self-assessment, is you can kind of get out your piece of paper, your note in your phone, and you can start by analyzing what are the things that are causing you stress, or even trying to analyze how much sleep you get at night. Do you feel it's enough? Do you need to get more? Or even looking at your support system. So who do you have that's in your surrounding? So are those supportive people, or are those toxic people? You can look at bad habits that you would say have crept up, or even, you're smoking, for example, maybe it's increased. We can try to decrease that. So, and even looking at your exercise regime. So first is the self-assessment. Then once you've done that self-assessment, you can identify perhaps what you want to improve on. So what is going to reduce that stress? What improvements can you make even to your daily routine? Or what kind of things do you want to cut out? Or could you use someone to talk with, right? So taking out those toxic people and bringing in those supportive people.
We mentioned last week, Stephanie, about your e-learning portal, Up a Notch Learning. Are there some resources there that can help people with this?
So inside of our portal, we absolutely have lots of stuff on divorce wellness. In fact, there's a whole for our portal, you can click on divorce wellness, and there's free resources. There's some of our affordable course content. So under the free resources, there's as part of our interview series, there's, for example, an interview with a personal trainer and habit transformation coach, an interview with a life coach, and even a healing coach. And those ideas, those videos can help you to figure out, what might wellness mean to you. Within our affordable course content, there's a couple things. So one is actually a module on divorce wellness itself. And the second one is, remember, I was talking a bit about the toxic versus supportive people. So I have a module called the Spectator Gallery, and that's to help people to figure out, who are the toxic and supportive people in their lives.
All right, Stephanie. And if people are looking for that portal in particular, where can they find it?
Sure. So the e-learning portal is called Up a Notch Learning, and that's at upanotchlearning.com. And then, of course, people can also go to our henkedivorce.ca website, and there's tons of resources on there as well.
All right, Stephanie. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Yeah. Thanks, Stacey.